Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachalam. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachalam.
O Arunachala, thou dost root out the ego of those who meditate on thee in the heart.
O Arunachala, you annihilate the ego of those who constantly contemplate upon you.
When you touch the fire, you need not ask it to burn because it is the very nature of fire to burn. When you touch the water, you need not ask it to cleanse because it is the very nature of water to clean. Similarly, it is the nature of Lord Arunachaleshwara to destroy the ego of those who constantly contemplate upon him. Their ego would be eradicated. Eradication of ego is a challenging task. You can gauge the depth of a river by inserting a pole. But if you try to measure the depth of a man's ego using a pole, it will remain immersed, and the depth will remain unknown. The ego exists deep within every man. It looks as if it does not exist. The ego needs the world, the sensory objects, and God. One who is egoless does not even need God. Bhagavan said, everything, that is, world, sensory objects, God, knowledge, ignorance, etc., exists only when there is ego. Nothing exists when the ego vanishes. Therefore it is challenging to know the depth of the ego. The body-mindedness is called ego. Ego does not imply anger. Man is subject to disturbance and sorrow only due to his ego. All the disputes relating to caste, religion, and region arise only due to ego. The ego is a disease. It is the root cause of all diseases. Ego, mind, and chit-jeta-not are all the same. Whichever religion may preach or guru may teach, the essence is, eradicate your ego. The kingdom of heaven or the state of nirvana is within your heart. When you root out your ego, the self within your heart is revealed to you. The clouds are not greater than the sun but can make the sun invisible. Similarly, the ego hides the self within. Therefore, only the ego is the root cause of your sorrow, grief, and disturbance. The pilgrim center of Arunachala emerged only to eradicate the ego. Arunachala implies the red hill. Nature consists of 5 elements. In our tradition, 5 lingams represent the 5 elements. The Lord in Arunachala represents the fire, Chidambaram represents the sky, Jambukeshwaram represents the water, Kanchi represents the earth, and Sri Kalahasti represents the air. The specialty of Arunachala is that the name of the place, the name of the presiding deity, and the name of the holy hill are Arunachala only. Sri Ramana, who usually never asked anything of anyone, used to inquire, "Have you done the circumambulation of the holy hill?" There is a saying that death in Kashi, visiting Chidambaram, or birth in Tiruvayur will bestow us with liberation. But in the case of Arunachala, mere remembrance of Arunachala will bring you liberation. Arunachalam is termed Jnana Panchakshari, the 5-lettered syllable of knowledge. As you continue contemplating Arunachala, you will be purified and liberated through his grace.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachalam. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
O Arunachala, may thou and I be one and inseparable like Alagu and Sundara.
As beauty blends with beauty, let us unite and stay together, O Arunachala.
My mother, Alagama, signifies beauty in Tamil. My father, Sundaram Iyer, implies beauty in Sanskrit. So, as beauty blends with beauty, as the milk mixes up with the milk, as the water combines with water, let us unite and stay together, O Arunachala. We need not stay apart. As my parents stayed together reciprocally and beautifully, let us stay accordingly, O Arunachala.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Entering my home and luring me to thine. Why didst thou keep me prisoner in thy heart's cavern, O Arunachala?
O Arunachala, you dragged me out of my ignorance and blessed me with self-knowledge.
O Arunachala, you dragged me out of my house, that is, ignorance. However, you did not leave me on the road but blessed me with your house named self-knowledge. O Arunachala, can anyone describe your grace in writing or through speech? It is beyond written expression and verbal expression. O Arunachala, I was merely a school-going boy. You deprived me of my mother and brother. Whether I was good or bad, I was staying at home. However, you dragged me unto the road by bringing me to Arunachala. Is it justifiable to do so? Bestow me with your house of self-knowledge. Do you deserve to be called God if you leave me on the road? As you dragged me out of my house, bestow me with your house, that is, accept me into your heart and grant me self-knowledge. I did not carry out any work that is close to your heart. I am not even qualified to do so. I am not a poet. I cannot speak as sweetly as Anjaneya Swami. Externally, I did not do any great works like constructing temples or hospitals. I possess neither the beauty of language nor have any noble works to my credit. You bestowed your grace upon me without any reason. Though I searched for the cause of your grace, I could not find any. You accepted me only out of grace, love, compassion, and affection. Therefore, stabilize this state and make it permanent.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Kinder indeed art thou than one's own mother, such as thy love, O Arunachala.
Is mother's love comparable to your mercy, love, or compassion, O Arunachala?
A proverb exists that the wife looks at the purse, and mother looks at the stomach. It implies that the wife is concerned about whether you are earning enough, and the mother is worried about whether you are eating properly. The mothers tactfully feed their children. They show them the moon so that the child can take its food. Such is the love of mother. Of all the worldly loves, mother's love is the greatest one. But is mother's love comparable with your mercy or love or compassion, O Arunachala? When the sun rises, the moon becomes worthless. Similar is the mother's love when compared to the love of God. What can parents do? They may give you food or clothes, take you to a hospital when inflicted with a disease, or buy an acre of land in your name. But jnana is to be bestowed by God Himself. God alone can immerse us in the ocean of bliss and peace or confer us with the experience of immortality and oneness. It is possible only for God.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
The strumpet mind will cease to walk the streets if only it finds thee. Disclose thy beauty then and hold her bound, O Arunachala.
O Arunachala, only when you reveal your glory to the wandering mind will it subdue.
We have been wandering from one place to another, from one house to another in this world. Some people change their path as well as their guru daily. They lack stability. They don't cling to a single path but keep wandering. O Arunachala, if you reveal your glory to such a mind wandering in sensory objects, it will subdue gradually.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Even when the thieves of the five senses break in upon me or enter my heart, art thou not still in my heart, O Arunachala?
When sensory objects enter my heart, don't you exist within my heart, O Arunachala?
Sri Ramana questions, when the senses and sensory objects enter the heart, are you not still or silent, without doing anything within my heart, O Arunachala? Where else can Arunachala go? Is he frightened by the senses and sensory objects to go elsewhere? The sensory objects cannot enter the heart if Arunachala or his power is recognized. As long as he is not recognized, the sensory objects keep entering the heart. God cannot leave us and go elsewhere.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
One art thou without a second. Who then could dare elude thee and come in? This is only thy guile, O Arunachala.
Can anyone surpass the net woven by you and attain you, O Arunachala?
All this creation, this sun, moon, and worlds represent your trap or trick. There is nothing else except the net woven by you. We got trapped in this net. Can anyone surpass this and attain you, the Self, the one without second, O Arunachala? What exists is Brahman alone. As we cannot understand this, this world seems to be true for us. That which is true exists forever, and that which is false is transient. However, as we cannot view that which is permanent as true, we consider that which is temporary as true. All of us take birth, grow, and ultimately die. All this looks to be true until the truth within our heart or the Brahman is experienced. Once, a lawyer questioned Bhagavan, "Is it one or two?" Bhagavan, in return, asked him, "When?" The lawyer replied, "Now." Then Bhagavan said, "It is two now." The lawyer meant whether Jiva was the same as God. The lawyer put the question very cleverly. God and Jiva are the same within the source. However, they look to be two. But after realizing truth, they are the same. The truth is one, and it signifies, you are that self. The essence of Vedanta and all the scriptures is, know thyself. One may read any amount of scriptures, but if one cannot experience the Brahman, it will only make him a scholar. We may search for Brahman in books, Vedas, Kashi, Rameshwaram, Vaikuntha, or Kailasa for any number of births, but we cannot attain the same, for Brahman exists within our hearts. We usually search for Brahman everywhere except within heart. This is called Maya or delusion. Our minds and senses are extroverted. But Brahman within is revealed only to the introverted mind. Is our mind getting introverted? No. If you introvert your mind, Brahman is revealed to you. If you extrovert your mind, it is carried away by nature. God has granted us this freedom, either to extrovert the mind or to introvert it. So what indicates the trap of God here? When God has given us the freedom to either introvert the mind and attain Brahman or to extrovert the mind and fall prey to this world, we crave extroversion only and desire our downfall.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Unmoving hill, melting into a sea of grace, have mercy on me, I pray, O Arunachala.
O Arunachala, though you look like a heap of stones, you are an ocean of compassion.
O Arunachala, you look like a mountain or seem like a heap of stones. But you are an ocean of grace and an ocean of compassion. Only the grace of Shiva took the form of holy hill to eradicate our ignorance and awaken us unto self-knowledge. O Arunachala, you are only my master. Therefore bestow your grace upon me and rule me. Unite me within you. Sri Ramana said, everybody addresses you as hill. But O hill of knowledge, O Annamalai, your only work is to bestow us with self-knowledge. So why do you require speech? When our mind and words subdue, we experience a great silence within. That great silence is within our hearts and directs the world towards the right path when the world treads the wrong path.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Shine as my Guru, making me free from faults and worthy of thy grace, O Arunachala.
O Arunachala, even if I possess any vices, eradicate them with your grace and shine as my guru.
O Arunachala, you are my guru. You are my God. You are my doctor as well as my medicine. In fact, you are my everything. Therefore, release me from all my faults, obstacles, and conspiracies of mind that obstruct attaining you, and decorate me with good qualities. Though good qualities are not equivalent to jnana, they facilitate us in achieving the same. We always consider ourselves to be wise. But until our tendencies shoot out in the form of thoughts, we are unaware of them. O Arunachala, do not disassociate me even if I possess any vices. Rather, eradicate them with your grace and reform me.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Unasked thou givest. This is thy imperishable fame. Do not disprove thy name, O Arunachala.
Even before I ask for your grace, bless me so that your fame of bestowing grace without being asked remains untainted, O Arunachala.
O Arunachala, you are famous for fulfilling our desires without being asked. You possess the fame that whoever comes to Arunachala will never return empty-handed. Anyone visiting Arunachala will not go back empty-handed. The atheist becomes a theist. The theist becomes a devotee, and a devotee becomes a jnani. If you wait till I ask for your grace and then bestow the same after being asked, it will taint your fame. Therefore, before I ask you for your grace and your fame is tainted, shower your grace and bless me. O Arunachala, you have the fame of granting the devotees whatever they require, even without being asked. Now it will be a great ill fame to you if my needs are fulfilled only by being asked. Therefore, bestow your grace upon me so your fame doesn't get disrupted. We usually ask God for His grace. But we need not ask for it. God's grace exists forever, but it is not revealed. As the mango fruit immediately falls from a tree when it ripens, even God's grace reveals itself to you without waiting for a second when you mature. It becomes your last birth, and you need not assume a corpse anymore.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.